Alright, guys, I am recording this after I completed this game, and finale was underwhelming. Not that great, I would say. I was expecting a big boss fight, okay, and on that front, it disappointed me. But there's something I noticed. Most of the side missions have really big enemies. Okay, if you remember, we fought that fridge. Man, that was something, man. Okay, I hope there is one more. I think uh, enemy within or something. That's the name of the mission, I think. But I'm avoiding that because it's kind of tough, and it got on my nerves. So okay, let's just start. Yeah. Okay, these mostly going to be side missions, but eh.
Shawshank Redemption. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not important, but that was it.
Okay, so this is supposed to be the finale. Finale is over, but we still have.
I heard Hope was promoted. Head of research.
What? The director's just handing out promotions?
I guess you better get in there.
Okay, do we have anything new? I mean, oh, six abilities. Now, what should I do with this? Should I let? I can take this. Okay, and few more health. Yeah, not okay. So I think one more health. Outfits. Oh, directors. This looks good. Civilian, candidate, patient, office assistant. Okay, I think director's suit is really good. Okay, let's talk to this girl. I haven't talked to her in a.
I found a couple of relevant files
What is
in
this?
Dr. Darling's office. I'd have to dig through the archives.
Variants and alterations. Okay, so here's my thing. There are so many, let me show you. So many collectibles. Look at this. Case files, correspondence. Okay, these two are regular ones, but this research code. Let's just, since we have completed the game, let's just read these stuffs. Okay, variants and alterations. Okay, as corruption manifests in vastly different ways, some hosts remain largely unchanged while others are barely recognizable as human. What determines this level of alteration? Is it the duration of corruption? It could simply be an evolutionary process. Each entity representing a stage of growth is an undiscovered linear progression leading towards what? Additionally, his entities possess various supernatural abilities. How have they achieved this? Do they gain them from corrupting objects of power? Have they corrupted a single highly talented utilitarian and divided their access to supernatural abilities across the network of his corrupted hosts? As a scientist, I am hindered by the sheer number of questions. It's difficult to identify where one should begin. What is the most pertinent question? How do we kill it? That seems to be a good start. Okay. Director Faden photograph. Hmm. So she is officially a director now, right? Hmm. Case files. Ashton security. Yeah, let's read this. No unique container procedure. Okay. The object is a steel ashtray with a maze engraved on its bottom. An ever-burning cigarette rests in it. Okay. When bound, the object allows parallelarians to create a maze of shifting corridors without adjusting the dimensions of the space around it. This maze forms wherever the object is placed. Only the binder can navigate the maze, though they may allow others through. The object is currently bound to Director Trench. Background: the object was discovered at Dash by a team of rangers sent to a care facility for the elderly that had become the center of numerous missing persons reports. Local authorities also disappeared inside after responding to reports. Agent Dash discovered the object in a dash which indicates it was the source of the disappearances. The whereabouts of the missing persons are still unknown, though they are presumed to be lost in the maze. Ooh. You know what? Those were the ones who turned his, the object is a dash with a vertical tray. Dash, see Dr. Turning presentation. Okay. The only dash to successfully produce this effect resulted in the capture of dash. Object has not been successfully bound. The parity of this object does not require binding. Discovered when the bureau responded to dash dash. Many of the accompanying dash were dash. The entirety of the dash was transported to the bureau of examination to find additional. Okay, I am a director now, right? So I should have access to these stuffs now. I don't know, man. Last victory supplement. Okay. By Theodore Ash. Okay. The results are incredible, but more so the speed of discovery this allows us. AI 14 copies our speech, but after numerous tests, we have discovered that certain words are missing from our vocabulary. We began isolating these words, cross-referencing them with esoteric texts from the early days of the Bureau. We found that these words were arranged in particular formations and spoken at varying speeds and cadences, elicit a reaction from altered materials. We tested this specific string of words, a formula, if you will, on the other altered items kept in the examination hall. Varying physical responses were recorded with each one. With an 82% success rate, we have proven that words can tangibly affect these items. Specific applications must be explored, possibly for containment or identification purposes. This will drastically change our approach towards moving forward. And to think there are still more words to be found. Okay, so
Then
first,
go see if any ranger squads are available for a file retrieval mission.
let's talk to her.
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next? With the slide projector turned off, the hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything. Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like. I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the hiss out for good. That's... Really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept. You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up. I'm honored, Jesse, really. Thank you.
Okay, so right away she's okay. What is this? No more talking. Wait.
Do you remember Mr. Tomasi, the head of communications? The hiss he was changed into showed up in containment, near the turntable. I'll take care of it. That thing's not getting away this time. I've heard reports about his particular use of language and intonation when repeating the hiss babbling. The biological and behavioral distinctions between different hiss-corrupted individuals is truly fascinating. I wonder if I could categorize the data. And she's already off on her own thing.
Oh, let's
How do you feel about me taking over as director? You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I'm still thrilled. Nothing's changed, not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone. They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were. We won't ever be like them. When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you? Empirically, no, but Phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm gonna consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
I think we know about Dylan's condition. Should we ask once more?
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any Hiss activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the Hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that. So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the Hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the Hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the Hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
me.
You. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me. That's good to know. Thanks, Emily.
Okay, the board. Okay.
I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
Okay.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
Oh, hotline chamber. I have to go there. Well, let me just talk to
Anyone find
everybody.
in the armory? None. Looks like... I heard you closed the Hiss portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. And if we could just flush out the stragglers.
So, what's next for Simon Arish?
Well, first off, I'm banning all slide projectors. That's it. Seriously, though, we need to review our protocols. Research should not be making decisions that endanger the entire Bureau. Fuck it. The entire fucking world without some serious oversight.
I think Pope would agree. Certain people in the Bureau have been working in the shadows for too long.
And I'd like to make these HRAs part of the mandatory Bureau uniform. They're not stylish, but better safe than sorry.
I don't think anyone will complain. Not after this.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on me serving as director?
Well, I couldn't be more excited. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Trench was fine, but... Well, you pulled us back from the brink, so... Well, I'm honored to serve, ma'am. I mean, fuck, shit. Faden. Sorry.
He'll get it one day. So, what's the situation in my bureau, Arish?
The situation is we are still up to our eyes in Hiss. Not to mention the months of repairs it's gonna take just to get this place up and running again.
But is it doable?
Of course it is. You just might need to tell some rangers to grab a wrench once they're done hunting Hiss.
This guy is a very good conversation. I'm having a nice time.
Did anyone ever mention to you that Darling was using the slide projector?
Salvador never did, but I doubt he even knew. Look, I'm well aware that it's our job to study and contain the things that we don't understand, but some of the things that Darling did were way outside of our mission statement. Look, these things are not toys, and acting like they are is only ever gonna end one way. At least Pope seems to understand that.
Well, it's secure now. No one can reach it without my say-so.
But thank Christ for that.
Okay, what is Marshall? Yeah, Marshall, what is she doing?
Marshall's been missing for a while now. Any ideas where she could be?
The last time I saw her was in maintenance when I was leading the Rangers out of the Atlas. Yeah, I told her it wasn't safe, but she said she had to go check on something.
Did you ask where she was going?
Marshall is not the kind of person you question. Kind of intimidating, you know? But, she was by herself, if that helps at all.
Not really, but thanks. Hopefully she turns up.
Okay, let's just exit.
I'll see you later.
You know where I'll be.
So we have to talk to the board. Okay, so let's just go here. Fast travel. I don't remember from where I have to go. It is here itself, right? Or is it through the mail room? Wait. See, this is...
Good to see you, man.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
Investigation sector, okay. Investigation sector, should I go there or should I wait? Hotline chamber, okay. Let's go to investigation sector. Okay, so this is really dark in here. Oh my god, I cannot see. Oh.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
What is this? Missing agents. Okay, let's see. Okay, Mr. Kirkland, here our latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz. Okay. Okay, letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. As per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases are backed up digitally. Huh? Unfortunately, large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and only only hard copies of reports exist behind the fire break. They are lost, I'm afraid. Okay. Okay.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Darling's investigations. Oh. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation D, okay, was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous Dash regarding inhumane treatment of a Dash currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of Dash sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such dash contained there. One dash confirmed the dash code name to be dash, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the dash, searching to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation. Okay. This guy is not one of the best guys, I would say. Casey inquiry. Oh, she's dead probably. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, especially on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Oh. For the interagency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to you, let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth on looking into. But what's your opinion? Just give the word and I will start surveillance on this guy, Special Investigator Gleason. We have, I don't know what am I doing here. We have something upstairs. What is this? More files. Staffing issue. Oh, Mr. Dennis. So, yes, there's an increase in AWA cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why this is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AW cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments are after Kirkland quit, we are barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it with regards to each crisis. Okay. What is this? Resignation letter. Oh, that may be Kirkland. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I, under my resignation as head of investigation for the Federal Bureau of Control, I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's dash. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our dash, who has routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the dash loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The Dash has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Oh, I think the what is the director was already corrupted, right? Tractor shipment. What is this? Burrot tractor. Miscommunication led to a local coroner examine the body of William Borrock. Male Caucasian. Okay, case number 33-year-old man found dead in his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries. Okay. This guy's dead. It is complete aversion of multiple organs into stomach. Okay. It is my opinion that Mr. Borrock's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with the 10 ml attack. Okay, so we have two stairs here. One is this. Wait. Oh my god, what is this? So many papers. Cauldron Drake update. What is this? Okay, the chief investigator Dennis to the chief investigator Dennis. It happened again, third time this year. Something certainly has set out for our dash. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complained about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I have got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Dash Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they are researching out there. We need to petition them against to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this dash hits again, and I want to be prepared anyway. If anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely. Okay. Does this go anywhere? Man, oh my god, what the Underhill background. Okay, so she's the Dr. Raya Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once spoke with the Bureau as a parabotanist station, the research center of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to para-criminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work on the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. Ooh. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Oh, I have one vision for that, right? Okay, that's a new material. I haven't found that before. Official wine trench. Okay. Kirkland, I am growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetent at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are a head of investigations. This is your responsibility. What do you think would happen holding dangerous specimen investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AW monitoring responsibility that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I have done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Category program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, God. I don't want to be savage. Okay. More files. Director's investigation. Okay. Now what is this? Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Dash was launched into the Dash of the Director Zarek Trench. A recent change in Dash witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive Dash or Dash with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable Dash between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the dimensional research wing and the dash crypt inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trim's dash as anything more than personal disagreements. This investigation has confirmed that Director Trim's behavior is not indicative of any dash, and his fitness to lead is not in question. Okay. See, something was starting to be off about this guy. Okay. Sorry, I broke that. What is this now? Keystone inspection. What is this? Mr. Cockney, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE. Like you asked, I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this crewman morale's desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they have switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think crewman and morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the ordinary case, but that was just the adults, if I am remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town. The only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. Two overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I will show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off. Maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. Okay. Keenum, Agent Keenum. Okay. More files. Oh my god. Something is there. Ethics investigation. Internal investigation was launched into the legality of time period program by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation use executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarming clear picture of systematic dash and dash were brought into the oldest house and placed in a dash examination and testing while the aim of appointing one as director on maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic dash of where naturally inclined dash. Not only this is in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human dash. This investigation team univocally dash. Okay. We have a case file. What is this? Tractor procedures. Oh. Item is not in bureau custody. Unknown. Okay. A Frank elk tractor. Olive green dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Okay. The item first came to the bureau's attention after the death of William Borrock, the owner of Borrock Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived at the scene after an employee found the mutilated body. Okay. Beneath his tractor, police arrived, but he was immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Yale searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Borrow, only revealed that she had a domestic connection with Mr. Borrow early the night of the incident. Whether these themes are connected is currently unknown. Okay. Oh, right.
Should open.
Now where does this wire go? Oh yeah, this gate. Okay. Sorry guys, I've been reading all the documents because I personally feel that's very important in this game. Specimen escape assessment. What is this? Let's read everything. When the game is over. Anyways, the purpose of internal investigation X0397 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the deaths of Dash agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Okay, technicians were able to recover the researcher's note on the specimen from the internal network. On the dash, the specimen began displaying sharp increase in aggressiveness. Okay, cross-referencing that data with various logs found only two events occurred inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. One, the air filters were changed, and second, an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Dash entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection to the air case, the same Italy case, it is likely that Mrs. Dash presence is relevant to the okay. So let's claim this point.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
I think that's it guys for me. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and yeah, I will see you next time. Till then, goodbye, take care, and peace out.